everybody. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these impromptu reading videos, but I have felt like it's time for me to get back into it. If you didn't watch my recent video, which is an hour long, at least in the beginning of it, I kind of explained to you where I've been and why I've been MIA. I've been going through some health issues and healing things, and it's been pretty serious, but I'm stable, so I'm doing okay, and it's just, things are slowly healing and changing. But the main message that's just coming through right now that I want to share has to do with addiction. And I don't necessarily mean addiction in a conventional like drug, substance, alcohol kind of sense. There's oh, by the way, I have 2 cats in the car with me right now because we're on our way back from the vet, and they're good. They're doing great. But yeah, addiction not in a drug sense per se, although that could be something to be aware of, since it's coming up, since you're here. Hi, honey. Come here. Yeah, she gets to roam free because we've been driving together for years, and she's really, really easy and calm and everything. Yeah, we're gonna be home in like 10 minutes. Yeah, she's coming on my lap. So sorry. Okay, addiction. So this concept, this energy that's coming up spans beyond the physical. This goes into the energetic, and even to the like microscopic level. And what I mean by that is sometimes we literally have bacteria or parasites or like dead viruses inside of us, or organisms that eat the nutrients in our bodies. The same energy applies to subconscious habits and beliefs and things like this. Just like if we had a parasite living inside of us, whether it came out in a blood test or not, we have also subconscious beliefs. And subconscious, I don't even want to say beliefs, because the word belief carries such a strong energy. If you believe in something, you know in your heart that it's real and supports life. I don't know, that's how I think of a belief. But when people talk about subconscious beliefs or limiting beliefs, it's like, I think what they're really trying to say is habits, okay? When we are exposed to certain stimuli over and over, given the unique composition of our physiology, of our spiritual, mental, emotional makeup, we develop habits to literally survive and metabolize life, metabolize energy. And different bodies, different souls have different ways of habituating the homeostasis in certain circumstances. And this is just a really quantum fancy way of saying we are all different and we have different ways of adapting, and we are all incredibly adaptable, and sometimes we adapt in ways that actually add stress, and that's what being sick is. And from like parallel to that, that's what having a limiting belief is. And I don't even like using that terminology, because it's just a habit, and I feel like calling it a limiting belief, what I'm talking about, at least like unconscious habits, calling them limiting beliefs, it just doesn't resonate for some reason. So anyway, there could be, if you're watching this message and you resonate with it, there could be something coming up for you, whether it's tangible, physical, obvious, like you are falling back on an old habit, or you're doing something that is not the greatest for you, that maybe you let go of a while ago, but you're falling back into it. or it could be eating habits, it could be different behaviors, it could be decisions you're making, it could be literal drugs or alcohol for you, or it could be falling back into a relationship that's not good for you, or falling back into a habit within relationships that's not good for you. Could be falling back into just a behavior that is rooted in a lack of self-worth, or even a lack of support, or coping with a certain amount of vulnerability in a way that is just perpetuating the hurt. But there is some theme about addiction and habits and cycles. So you are at, again, if this resonates for you, if this is for you, you are at a key, I want to say like pinnacle moment, a very important moment where you have the option to become aware of whatever cycle it is that you're repeating. Or even if you are not conscious of what's going on and you're feeling like something invisible is happening, but you can feel something happening. Especially if you're a highly sensitive person, you might feel that your emotions or your mentality or something is starting to shift. And I'm telling you, like with the stuff I'm learning right now, so many people have pathogens and parasites, and I learned that parasites literally eat either neurotransmitters or the nutrient. Well, they definitely eat the nutrients that are required to create neurotransmitters. So what I'm learning from my holistic practitioner right now is that many people are misdiagnosed with I don't know if she said borderline, but bipolar, anxiety, depression, and mental illness. But it's because there are invaders inside of our bodies, and those little creatures have their own cravings. They eat our nutrients. They feed off of us. It's a parasitic relationship. And so that could impact your health. And whether it is a subconscious habit or pattern, or a literal parasite, or an uncomfortable emotional experience, or an addiction, like whatever it is for you, there's something coming up. It's here for you to it's here for you to be aware of. It's here for you, not for you to be ashamed about, but to be, for one thing, validated, seen, told by a human voice that you are not crazy. You are not experiencing any of your experiences in vain. Even if you have an addiction and you're just like popping pills or whatever, like if it's very obvious, shame never encouraged anybody to change. You don't need to feel ashamed for surviving and doing your best. And your attitude, of course, is up to you. It's completely up to you. If you are aware that you are falling back on certain habits in order to cope because you don't know any better, okay, like you should be compassionate and loving with yourself, and know that it's okay. It's okay that you don't know any better. The point of being aware, taking accountability, is to recognize where you are, and seek support. And I also understand this is getting kind of heavy, but I feel like someone needs to hear it. Sometimes seeking support feels like failure over and over and over, because you reach out, you do everything that you know to do, but you don't get helped. You don't get the help you need. You don't get the support you need. You can't find it. People don't understand. People don't get it. And having been in that situation countless times as a sensitive person with very layered physical sensitivities that no conventional doctor has ever been able to even acknowledge, I get it. I've been dealing with certain health challenges for 10 years now, and I'm only beginning to feel like I'm finally working with someone who can help me get to the root of what's actually going on, and who's telling me things that I never knew before, like the parasite thing. Parasites eat neurotransmitters? What? That is news to me. That was news to me. And so it's things like this and little details, little things that I'm learning that are you know, help me to piece together this puzzle of my health. Look at my girl, she's so sweet. Yeah, we're gonna be home in 2 minutes. So yeah, what helped me get through all of that is, you know, first and foremost, like prayer and surrendering. Sometimes there's literally nothing to do except for surrender and know that God hears you, and know that your feelings are valid, and you have every reason to feel frustrated, to feel disillusioned, because you've been failed by people who society sets you up to believe are supposed to be there to support you. And you are a human being, you are a creature of nature, so therefore nothing that you naturally experience is fundamentally wrong, or, you know, in your head. You're not making up your real experiences. The thing is that you know, so many people don't know how to address or acknowledge or even approach or perceive what's going on. But you will get there. You will get there. I'm praying for you. I'm sure that you're praying for yourself, and whether you realize it or not, there are people who love you and who are praying for you as well. And, you know, I don't mean to come across invalidating, because, you know, for whoever is going through a really, really, really challenging time, feeling like giving up, feeling like they are being failed, all I can say is I've been there before, and sometimes all you can do is just surrender, you know. And then in my experience, and perhaps in your past experience as well, you know, well, for me, there have always been moments after what feels like a dark night of the soul, or a long walk through the desert without food or water, so to speak. There's always help. There's always some glimpse of insight. There's always enough of a little burst of inspiration, a breath of inspiration, to get me through to the next challenge, the next thing, the next wave. And, you know, I'm here, I'm breathing, and even if I'm in pain, even if you're in pain, you know, we're here, we're alive. So that means that there's hope. That means that there's a possibility. So I just pulled into my garage, and that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'm going to end the message here. If you felt touched by this video, inspired in any way, and you want to work with me personally, I do offer one-on-one readings, and I'd be happy to support you in that. So check out the description to see my offerings, and me and the kitties are going to go inside now, so I'll see you next time.